just the way you are. Girl, you are my African queen.
Stop scrolling, because one of these 2000s Afrobeat songs will hit you and make you say, wow, I forgot how hard this song was. This is not new Afrobeats. These are the songs we played in the house, in the bus, at parties, and on late night radio. Songs that built the sound. And here's the crazy part. One song on this list didn't just become a hit. It changed Afrobeats forever, and most people don't even know why. Picture you and me in the early 2000s. No smartphones, CDs playing, volume up. That beat drops, and everybody knows the words. If you skip this list, you'll miss the real roots. The songs that made Afrobeats confident before the world was watching. So stay with me as we count down number 10 to number 1, because by the time we reach number 1, you'll understand why Afrobeats didn't just grow. It took over. Number 10, Weird MC, Ijoya. This song feels bold, playful, and fearless, like stepping into a Lagos street party where everybody is moving their shoulders with confidence. It's rebel music with joy inside it, the kind that tells you to be yourself and not beg anybody for approval. Picture a hot evening, windows down, radio loud, and that beat bouncing while the city lights pass by. Ijoya dropped in 2006 during a time when Nigerian pop was still finding its modern Afrobeats voice. Weird MC mixed hip-hop attitude, Yoruba flavor, and dance energy. Showing that a woman could lead the sound and the culture without copying anyone. The lyrics are about self-belief, freedom, and doing things your own way, especially in a space that didn't always welcome that. The song became a club and radio favorite in Nigeria and helped open doors for more women to step forward in Afrobeats. Oh yeah, baby, fire. Oh yeah, fire. Everybody, get a show. Fun fact, when Ijoya came out, a lot of people didn't know how to label it. Rap, pop, Afrobeats. That confusion actually helped it stand out. DJs loved it because once it dropped, the whole mood in the room changed. Why it's forgotten / underrated. Ijoya didn't fade because it wasn't good. It faded because the sound of Afrobeats quickly shifted to a newer, smoother style. Weird MC was also ahead of her time, especially as a strong female voice in a male-dominated era. Real heads keep this one like a secret key. This is Crate Digger Gold. In the next tune, different energy, bigger impact, and it pushed Afrobeats even closer to the world stage.
When I said to you that I never want to love another woman, girl, it was true.
Number 9, Styl-Plus, Olufumi, 2004. This song feels like first love and last love at the same time. Soft voices, gentle harmonies, and words that sound like a promise whispered in your ear. Picture a quiet Lagos night, generator humming outside, radio low, and someone thinking hard about the person they love more than anything. Olufumi was released in 2004 by Styl-Plus, the smooth Nigerian R&B / Afropop trio made up of Shiffy, Tunda, and Zeal. The song is a pure love plea, simple, honest, and emotional, where a man begs his lover not to leave him, saying, "Oh, baby, girl, I'll wait for you, and I know I never." Olufumi, don't go. At a time when Afrobeats was still finding its global sound, this record dominated Nigerian radio, house parties, and late-night playlists. It became one of the biggest love songs of the 2000s in Nigeria, especially for weddings and heartbreak moments.
And but you, I paused my heart for you.
Fun fact, Olufumi became so popular that people used it to propose, apologize, and even beg their partners after fights. Some fans still say no breakup in the 2000s was complete until this song played at least once.
Wanna know I never love another woman, no one can do. But you,
Why it's forgotten / underrated. As Afrobeats moved toward louder club sounds and street anthems, soft vocal groups like Styl-Plus slowly faded from the spotlight. New stars, new beats, and faster rhythms pushed songs like Olufumi into the background. But real heads never forgot it. This is the kind of song you keep like a secret key, only bringing it out when you want to feel something real. And trust me, what's coming next hits a totally different mood, but the emotion goes even deeper. Keep listening. Number 8, 90s, Gongo Aso, 2008. This song feels like the street talking back. Picture a hot Lagos afternoon, dust in the air, shops open, Damfo radio loud, Gongo Aso, and everybody pauses to listen. It's raw, local, proud, and fearless. The sound of Yoruba wisdom meeting modern Afrobeats. Gongo Aso dropped in 2008, produced by ID Kabasa, and released under Coded Tunes. The lyrics are built on Yoruba proverbs, short, deep lessons about life, success, enemies, patience, and pride. Nine Ice wasn't singing love songs here. He was teaching life the way elders do, simple words, heavy meaning. The song became a massive street hit in Nigeria, crossed into clubs, and turned Nine Ice into a national voice almost overnight. It proved Afrobeats didn't need English to travel. It just needed truth. Fun fact, many radio DJs first thought the song was too local to blow. But once people started calling stations asking for it by name, radios had no choice but to spin it heavy. The streets picked the hit before the industry did. Why it's forgotten / underrated? Gongo Aso didn't fade because it wasn't big. It faded because Afrobeats later moved toward club pop and global crossover sounds. New fans came in, but many didn't go back to study this era of wisdom-driven street music. Real heads keep this one like a secret key, because if you understand this song, you understand where Afrobeats truly came from. In the next tune, less street, more melody, but the emotions hit even harder. Keep listening. Number 7, Arrow P Square, Do Me, 2007. This song feels bold, confident, and playful, like stepping out fresh on a Friday night knowing all eyes are on you. Picture Lagos after dark, car windows down, speakers loud, people smiling because the beat already tells you it's about to be a good time. Do Me wasn't shy music.
If you do me, I do you. Man no go vex up on the dance floor. Man no go vex touch me.
It walked into the room first and owned it. Do Me came out in 2007 during P Square's peak run, produced by Jude Engi's Okoye under Square Records. The song is about confidence, attraction, and swagger. Two brothers telling the world, we know who we are and we're not begging for attention.
You go under my baby. Now the way you do me.
It became a massive club and radio hit across Nigeria and Africa. With heavy rotation on TV stations and at parties, this record helped push Afrobeats into a more polished, pop-ready era. where dance, visuals, and sound all mattered equally.
What a man can do, a woman can do so. If you do me, I do you.
Fun fact, the dance moves in Do Me became just as popular as the song itself. Before TikTok was even a thing, people were already copying P-Square's choreography at weddings, school parties, and shows, step for step.
You know, no, say what I did. Now the way you did do the things you do.
Why it's forgotten / underrated. Do Me sometimes gets overlooked because P-Square released too many big songs after it. No One Like You, Busybody, No Easy. Those later hits were softer and more romantic, so this bold, cocky anthem got pushed to the back of the conversation. But real fans remember.
Give it to me, not the way you did do me. So make you give it.
This song helped set the standard for modern Afrobeats performance and star power. Real heads keep this one like a secret key, and the next tune, the vibe changes, but the emotion runs even deeper, and the story behind it might surprise you.
This not temptation. I said this not temptation.
Number 6, P-Square, Temptation. This one feels like late night honesty. Not loud, not flashy. Just two brothers singing about the kind of love that pulls you in even when you know it might hurt. Picture a quiet Lagos street after 10 p.m., radio low, in a taxi.
If I don't give you my two, you know I got a girl and still don't care. I know it's
City lights sliding past the window while this song plays and makes you think. Temptation came out in 2004 during P-Square's early rise on their album Get Squared, released under Square Records.
Cause I can see you, they eye me. Something been there bites me. That I go on a hot.
It was written and produced by P-Square themselves, back when they were still proving they weren't just dancers, but real songwriters. The lyrics are simple and real. Wanting someone you shouldn't want, fighting your feelings and losing that fight slowly. No big metaphors, just everyday emotions people don't always say out loud. Impact-wise, this wasn't a wild club hit, it was a radio favorite, especially on late night shows, and it helped build P-Square's image as artists who could do romance, not just party music. Fun fact, many fans first fell in love with P-Square because of this song, not the dances. People used to request Temptation on radio just to dedicate it to someone. Without even saying the name on air. That was the style back then, music as a message. Why it's forgotten / underrated Temptation gets overlooked because P-Square later dropped bigger, louder hits that took over clubs and TV. As Afrobeats moved toward fast beats and dance anthems, soft, emotional songs like this quietly stepped aside.
and keep every little thing between me and you.
On my face, they call me number 10.
But real heads keep this one like a secret key because it shows where P-Square's heart really was before the fame exploded. And the next tune, the emotions get stronger, the stakes get higher. Keep listening because we're moving closer to the songs that turned Afrobeats into a global force.
She wanted to be mine, and my cocoa drives her wild.
Number 5, D'banj, Why Me, 2006. This song feels like joy bursting out of your chest. Picture a hot afternoon turning into night, windows open, radio loud, and that harmonica comes in and everybody shouts, "Ain." It's playful, thankful, and full of life. Like success surprised D'banj himself, and he couldn't stop smiling about it.
Make a cat to taste of mine. Took her to the crib now in my drop top. Took her top off, but it was a
Why Me dropped in 2006 as part of D'banj's debut album, No Long Thing, released under Mo Hits Records. The song was produced by Don Jazzy, and that simple but catchy harmonica line became one of the most recognizable sounds in 2000s Afrobeats.
to the crib now in my drop top. Took her top off, but it was a jump off. Started on the floor now, to the bed now, hands on the wall.
Lyrically, D'banj is asking a humble question. Why me? Not in pain, but in gratitude, like someone who came from nothing and suddenly sees doors opening. Impact-wise,
So tell me why me, oh, why me, oh, why me, oh, why me, oh.
this song didn't just blow in Nigeria. It helped push Afrobeats into UK clubs and African house parties abroad, turning D'banj into a household name almost overnight.
You wanna come tie me, you don't see Mugu, you don't see Mugu. This is a
Fun fact, that famous harmonica sound wasn't meant to be serious at first. It was playful studio experimentation, but once people heard it, they couldn't forget it. DJs noticed that the moment the intro played, crowds reacted before the beat even dropped. That's when everyone knew this song was special. Why it's forgotten / underrated.
Mugu. This doesn't feel too good. This doesn't feel too good. This doesn't feel too.
Why Me isn't really forgotten. It's just overshadowed by how big D'banj became later, with songs like Oliver Twist. New fans know the superstar version of D'banj, but they don't always go back to the record that started the whole movement.
Why me? Tell me why me? Sweet Cinderella, you look so fine like Domitila.
Real heads keep this one like a secret key. And the next tune, same era. But the emotion shifts. Keep listening, because we're getting closer to the records that changed Afrobeats forever.
Ooh, Lord. Just like the sun.
Number 4, 2 Baba, African Queen. This song feels like first love and home at the same time. Picture a quiet evening, radio low, window open, warm air coming in, and someone special sitting close. No rush, no noise, just pride, beauty, and real affection wrapped in melody.
And know you are brighter than the moon, brighter than the star. I love you.
African Queen came out in 2004 during 2 Baba's early solo era after Plantation Boys, and it appeared on the album Grass to Grace. It was written and performed by 2 Baba, Innocent Idibia, blending Afropop with soft R&B.
You are my African queen, the girl of my dreams.
And reggae touches. The lyrics are simple but powerful, loving an African woman without shame, praising her beauty, strength, and dignity. This song didn't just chart, it crossed borders, playing on radios across Africa, the UK, and the US diaspora. And it was later featured in the Hollywood movie Fat Girls, 2006, which pushed Afrobeats into new rooms.
No one cannot take your place, you cannot take your space, and it's a fact I cannot erase. And no.
Fun fact, 2 Baba has said he didn't write African Queen thinking it would be a global hit. He wrote it from the heart, like a personal love letter. Also, the song became so big that many people abroad first discovered African pop music through this one track.
Makes me smile, make me float like a boat upon the Nile. Girl, you are my.
Why it's forgotten / underrated. Let's be honest, this song isn't forgotten, but it's so respected that people sometimes stop talking about it like it changed everything. New fans know today's Afrobeat stars, but they don't always realize this song opened the door for African love songs to be taken seriously worldwide.
Oh, I know that it's easy love, and I know that this love was surely sent from above.
Real heads keep this one like a secret key. And the next tune, less soft, more fire, but it shows how Afrobeats learned to speak loud and proud to the whole world. Number 3, Styl-Plus, Imagine That. This is pure soft love magic, slow, gentle, and honest. Picture a quiet night in Lagos, radio low, lights dim, someone leaning back on a plastic chair outside, thinking about the person they love. No shouting, no bragging, just feelings, straight from the heart. Imagine That dropped in 2003, right in the early Afrobeats era when R&B leaning Nigerian groups ruled the airwaves. It was released by Styl-Plus during the time when love songs were about storytelling, not trends. The lyrics are simple but deep, a man picturing a future where love actually works. No lies, no stress, just peace and commitment.
Not to make them cry, they turn and say goodbye.
Impact-wise, this song became a radio favorite, a go-to dedication track, and one of those records people played when they wanted to say something serious without talking too much. It didn't need clubs to win. It lived on late-night radio and personal moments.
Every time I try to settle down and have
Fun fact, imagine that became popular without heavy promotion or flashy videos. It spread mostly through radio requests and word of mouth. People would hear it once and ask, who is that group? That slow burn power? Remember earlier when I said one song on this list has a deeper story behind it? This is that moment. Some people say Styl-Plus never got the long-term industry rewards their talent deserved. In interviews over the years, it's been said that poor industry structure, management challenges, and changing music trends played a role. There are different versions of the story, but the big picture is this. The Nigerian music industry in the early 2000s wasn't built to protect groups long term. When solo stars and faster, dance-driven Afrobeats started taking over, groups like Styl-Plus were slowly pushed aside, not because the music wasn't good, but because the system changed. That's why this tune isn't just music, it's history.
such a loser, and that's why she was gonna break up with me.
It represents a time when love songs ruled, before the industry moved too fast to look back. Why it's forgotten / underrated. Imagine that didn't fade because it wasn't great. It faded because the era moved on. Afrobeats shifted from harmony groups to solo stars and club bangers, and quiet love songs stopped getting the same spotlight. But real heads, they still hold this record close. This is crate digger gold.
Tell me why my heart must feel such pain, and why.
And the next song, even bigger impact, even louder story. Keep listening, because we're almost at the heart of 2000s Afrobeats royalty. Number 2, Duncan Mighty, Obianuju. This song feels like home, like evening time in Port Harcourt when the sun is going down, aunties are outside talking, and a radio is playing soft but strong. It's gentle, emotional, and deep, music that hugs you without rushing you. Obianuju came out in 2008, during a time when Afrobeats was still finding its true African voice. Duncan Mighty produced the song himself and released it under his own imprint, recording it in Port Harcourt, not Lagos. That mattered. The song is sung partly in Ikwere language, and it's about pure love, respect, and devotion, not flashy money talk. At a time when club bangers were taking over, Obianuju stood still and said, love, culture, and roots still matter. It became a street favorite, a wedding classic, and a song that crossed tribes without changing itself. Fun fact, Obianuju is a real Igbo name, and many people named their daughters after this song when it blew up. Also, Duncan Mighty didn't chase radio trends. He trusted his village sound, and it worked. Remember earlier when I teased that not all great songs get treated fairly by the industry? This is one of those stories. Some people say, and Duncan Mighty has hinted in interviews, that despite the song's massive love on the streets, industry politics and gatekeeping kept him from getting the same push as Lagos-based artists. There are different versions of the story, but the common truth is this. Because he stayed independent and rooted in Port Harcourt, Big labels and major radio power didn't fully embrace him. What did that do to Obianuju? It didn't kill it. It made it timeless. The song lived outside the system. No heavy promotion, no industry co-sign. Yet people still sang it at weddings, naming ceremonies, and family gatherings. That's why this tune isn't just music, it's history. Why it's forgotten/underrated as Afrobeats move toward flashy pop, international features, and club sounds. Rooted songs like this got less spotlight. Younger fans may know the vibe, but not the title or the story behind it. But real heads keep this one like a secret key, because it represents a time when Nigerian music didn't need approval to be powerful. F, retention tag, one sentence. And the next song, bigger, louder, and global, but this one set the soul before the crown. Keep listening.
You couldn't make a brother sing. No ordinary thing, a supernatural thing.
Number 1, Tu Baba, African Queen. This is pure love music, soft, honest, and proud. Picture a warm evening, radio low, window open, breeze coming in, and one voice singing about loving an African woman just the way she is. No rush, no noise, just heart.
You make my heart go ting-a-ling-a-ling. You are my African queen.
Respect and melody that feels like home. African Queen dropped in 2004 as part of Tu Baba's debut solo album, Face to Face, released under Kenneth's Music. The song is about pure love and pride, loving an African woman without trying to change her, without copying foreign standards. Simple words, deep meaning.
Oh, I cannot deny this feeling that I'm feeling it.
The Nfana Ibaga remix, sung partly in Igbo, helped the song cross language lines inside Nigeria and made it feel even more local and personal. Impact-wise, this song changed everything.
See, out of a million, you stand as
It became one of the first Nigerian songs to break Africa wide, then travel into Europe, the UK, and the US, and it was later featured in the Hollywood film Fat Girls, 2006, a huge moment for Afrobeats. Fun fact, African Queen was not designed to be a global hit.
so the story go.
It was just a simple love song, no heavy drums, no big tricks, but that simplicity is exactly why it worked. People from different countries didn't need to understand every word, they felt it. Remember earlier when I said one song on this list is not just music, but history? This is that song, after African Queen exploded.
My dreams, and you remind me of a thing, and that is the
Plantation boys broke up, and there were years of tension around credits, rights, and who owned what from that era. Some people say the group breakup was about money and control. Others say it was about creative freedom and wanting to grow as individuals.
You captivated my soul. Now every day I want you more.
In interviews over the years, or different versions of the story have been told, no single clean answer. What's clear is this: African Queen helped launch Tu Baba into a global symbol of African pop, but it also marked the moment where old systems in Nigerian music couldn't handle big success anymore.
So the story go. See,
Contracts were weak, rights were unclear, and artists were learning in real time. That tension didn't stop the song, it made it bigger, because when people hear African Queen today, they don't just hear love, they hear the birth of modern Afrobeats. That's why this tune isn't just music, it's history.
I say you are the girl of my dreams, and you remind me of a thing, girl.
Why it's forgotten/underrated? Here's the truth. It's not forgotten, but it's underplayed by younger fans who only know fast, club-ready Afrobeats. This song doesn't shout, it doesn't beg for attention. It just stands there with confidence, like real love does.
Hey, no one cannot take your place. You cannot take your space. It is the fact they cannot erase.
Real heads keep this one like a secret key. And if this was number 1, imagine how deep the rest of this list goes. Keep listening, because every song here helped build the sound the world dances to today.